All right, beginning day 5. Just got through climbing up from the hostel. It was a very pleasant night last night. It was a little cool. Bear den, shelter, hut, something like that. Had a bear in it. Anyway, there were no bear, but there were a lot of mice. All night long, you hear them scurrying around. I took all of my stuff and put it in the bear box, so I wasn't worried about them gnawing through any of my stuff, but they sure were noisy. Beautiful view last night. You could lay in the shelter and look out and see the lights on the town down below you in the valley. Very cool. Anyway, the plan today is pop out a quick 14 miles, then catch a ride into Lorry, I think, Virginia. Then we'll go to the hostel or a Holiday Inn. We may split a Holiday Inn, Best Western or some hotel, and split a room and resupply, wash our clothes, take a shower, and we found an all-you-can-eat Chinese place. We might abuse it, or just some pizza would be nice. Anyway, trail's been good. Nice long climb this morning. I'll talk to you in a bit. All right, here we are on day 5. Another view of the Shenandoah Valley as we're hiking in. Going to Thornton Gap this morning. I guess that's about 11 and a half miles ahead. Glorious. All right, I've been hiking on the Stony Man Trail, and we just broke off. I'm beginning a long descent now. Some observations: it rained real heavy a couple days ago. Got into the camp and soaked. All my clothes. Changed out of the wets and had a little camp towel, dried off, and put on some my dry sleeping clothes. Pulled on a down jacket. That was pretty cool. Warmed up and made it. Next morning, I got up and had to put on those cold, wet clothes. And I knew that rain was in the forecast again yesterday. So finished the hike yesterday, and sure enough, right as I was getting into camp, it started raining again. And got into camp, same thing, took off all the clothes, got cleaned up, put on dried off, and put on my dries. And this morning, I took the advice of Bigfoot, who, if y'all weren't following Bigfoot, you need to follow him. He's my guru, hiking guru. He knows what to do. And he made a suggestion that you carry an extra set of hiking clothes, just a shirt, pants, underwear, socks. And it felt so good this morning, knowing we're going into town anyway, to put on those dry clothes. Now, my shoes are still wet from all the hiking. It's funny, they're Merrell waterproof shoes. I love my shoes, but waterproof they weren't. I've had them for quite a while, and I've got four others waiting on to be shipped up to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and get one shipped up pretty quickly. And maybe the waterproofing is just worn off these things. But anyway, so thanks to Bigfoot for that advice. That made it so much more pleasant, putting on warm, dry clothes this morning. I believe that dry is more important than clean. That's what, there's nothing quite like the thrill of putting on wet socks and wet shoes. It'll get you started in the morning. Anyway, so going about 4.5 miles already this morning. It's 9:30ish, and going into Thornton Gap. Got a big long downhill here, then a kind of small uphill, kind of rolling around. Hit a camp, hit a campsite about 4 miles from Thornton Gap, and then there's this one ugly climb, and then down into the gap. So anyway, it ought to be a good day. But anyway, I wanted to thank Bigfoot for that. That was good advice. A couple things you mentioned. The other one was the inflatable, the dry bag that used to inflate the thermarest. That's been helpful, and I use that as my my pack liner. Keep everything dry in the pack. It's nice to get in there and put that thing on there and fill those things, fill it up with air, and jump on that comfortable pad. It's wonderful. Sleep a lot better. I had a buddy who attempted the hike 2 years ago, and he got as far as Gatlinburg, and he quit. And I asked him, I said, "Why'd you quit?" And he goes, "I couldn't sleep." He was on some little bitty something. He goes, I'm getting 1 hour a night sleep. So that has been, all the people have given me such good advice with equipment. Bigfoot. I picked up a Thru-Hiker and did some trail magic. He was a flip-flopper. And Prophet gave me some great ideas. I had for dinner last night, got that Knorr's pasta, and got my somebody up ahead. I'll talk to you in a minute. That was actually very cool. There was a lady who was maintaining this portion of the trail. She was out there, a tree had fallen, and she had a handsaw. She was cutting off the limbs and throwing it up. We talked for a few minutes. Very nice lady. She said she volunteers at Harper's Ferry on Fridays. I don't know if I'll be there on a Friday or not. If I am, I'll have to say hey again. Anyway, I was thinking of people that helped me. Bigfoot, I mentioned. Pharaoh, who was a Thru-Hiker. He got me with my Jetboil Mini-Mo. You know, I really debated on whether to take hot food. A couple of times, the night I got in, it was soaking wet. I just wanted to get in my sleeping bag. I just ate some kind of a protein bar thing. But last night I got in there a little bit early because of the rain, and heated up some Knorr's pasta, added some powdered milk to it, and it was yummy. It was hot, and we were cold, and made the evening just a little more palatable. So I don't know. We'll see how I do with the stove, but I like my Mini-Mo. So thank you, Farrah. I like my tent. I've been using a Lightheart So Long 6, I believe is what they call it. And weighs less than 2 pounds. My pack, fully loaded with water, food, everything, comes in at 25 pounds. So I'm not an ultralighter, but I'm not heaving a 40 or 50 pound pack like I've seen some people doing. I like the idea of the flip-flop more now that I've started. I remember a couple years ago I did a section going from Fontana Dam over to Klingman's Dome, and I got caught in the bubble. And they were like 30, 40 people a night at shelters. in the Smokies, you have to stay at a shelter, and if you have a tent, you have to stay in the shelter until it fills up. Then you can put your tent out at the shelter. But it was really a different kind of hike. I enjoy this. You might meet a few people. I've only met one other hiker going the other way today, but all's good. Anyway, Dixie, if Homemade Wanderlust is her YouTube channel. I got a lot of good information from her too. So I think you can learn a lot from people who've done it already. You don't have to reinvent yourself each time. Okay, that's all the trail wisdom I have today. I've really enjoyed it so far. Nothing's really hurting too badly, and off we go. Just came across this view. Here's the whole valley in front of me. This is amazing. Beautiful. Pretty sheer drop off down here. But you can see all the mountains. There's the valley. Pretty colors. Amazing. All right, 5 miles from Thornton Gap, and all of a sudden it's opened up into this. There's the Shenandoah Valley again. There's that same lake. There's a new lake all the way back over there. It's a beautiful day. I think it's been our best weather viewing day since I've been on the trail. Very nice. All right, I know y'all getting tired of these views of the Shenandoah Valley. This is just amazing to me. On top of some mountain. All right, I'm here at Bird's Nest number 3. This is a nice looking house. I've never seen a hostel like this in the Shenandoah yet. It's all one layer. It has an indoor fireplace, which had been really nice last night. And it says we're in a tick habitat. That's nice. Tick habitat. And there's some. It has a water fountain over here that doesn't work. It's got a little grill. It's got a bare hanging pole. But overall, a nice looking house. It's got a lightning rod. That's one of the first I've seen. Bird's Nest number 3. I like it though. Good looking hostel, stone. This is the most unique one I've seen so far, with the single layer. Maybe that way the mice don't have to run so high, jump to get on you. All right, what about 3.5 miles? 3 point something? 3 point something miles to the Gap. Yeah, baby. Well, I just got off the trail and I'm tired. It was a monster descent coming down. And I'm waiting on Allison at the Open Arms Hostel. She's going to be here in a few minutes to pick us up. And life will be good. All right, just got off the trail in Little Ray, Virginia. And I'm at the Open Arms Hostel. Allison's the owner, and this place is wonderful. Got here, it's $35. She picked us up at the trailhead, brought us down. She has a wonderful shower with lots of hot water. It was tremendous. Everything's provided. She does your laundry for you. It was $5, so it's $35 total. Oh, quite a deal. And she has soft drinks and stuff. She drives you to and from town at no charge. And you have your own bed. There's 3 bedrooms, and each of them has a big single bed in it. And she lets you have your choice, and it's just a real nice, friendly environment. I'd recommend anybody stay here. Has super Wi-Fi. I know that's a concern for a lot of folks. So if you're going through Luray, Virginia, you stop in here, and you'll enjoy yourself. Great place. All right, so that concludes day 5 for me. I've had my shower. Let me just say that one more time. I've had my shower, and I'm so glad. And so should the rest of the world be. And we're going to run into town in a little while there and resupply. There's a Walmart in town. There's an outfitter in town also. I haven't been there yet. And there's a lot of restaurants, and I understand it's $3 margarita night. So everyone have a great hike out there.